everyone. We haven't
Hi
gone
there.
mad. We haven't gone mad, but
Well,
hello to Jonathan Hutchinson on the high seas. Yes, that is Hutch's dad, Rory's dad, who is on the high seas, and we reckon is our most remote listener to the pod.
Yes.
In the middle of the North Atlantic on his yacht.
Yeah.
Well done. Anyway, yeah, so we had to celebrate that. So, hello, Liz.
Claire.
As I've just pointed out, literally this minute is the most perfectly attired person on this pod for that tune.
Yeah, I didn't realise I was dressing like a Breton fisherman this morning, or a sailor, because the collar's a bit sailor, isn't it? But yeah, just I do love a stripe. I love a stripe.
You look good in it. You look good in it, my dear. Anyway, I suppose we ought to do introductions because this really is Ladies Wot Pod Series 2, episode 44. We're all a bit overcome for one reason or another. Anyway, I'm Claire Jones, owner of a red hat. God, did I need that this weekend. And I live on the edge of a very dusty fens. Ooh, poor farmers. But anyway, less of that. I'm getting messages from the IT department that they've made executive decisions. That's a bit worrying.
That
involves tickets in the semi-final.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That's above his pay grade, I feel, executive decisions, but yes.
Anyway.
Anyway,
and I still am the owner of a red hat and a very, very poorly camera.
Very poorly camera.
Poorly camera. It's not happy. My Z8's not happy, so I might have to take it to camera hospital.
Well, I think it's probably fair. Is it camera hospital or is it like a vet that you take a camera to? I don't really know.
We're not sponsored by them, but I am a big fan of Fixation. There you go. And their offices are literally just around the corner from the Oval Cricket Ground. They're now owned by a company based in Norwich called Wex. So anyway, but their Fixation are really, really good. So it'll be hopefully heading its way south to London for a bit of TLC. Anyway, and you are Liz?
I am Liz Saunders. I am chairman of the Saints Supporters Club, chief halo, and chief trophy presenter. Really, I think this weekend is my new job title. That was quite a good one. Deliverer of cards to leaving players as well. That was quite an important job I had there. So,
more of that shortly, where you bossed around certain people around.
No, I just asked a question. Just asked.
Yes. Well, we might as well do it now. There was I stood talking to the director of rugby, Mr. Phil Dowson, and this figure appears next to us.
And I said, "Excuse me, tall people. Can you tell me where Sammy Graham is? Because I don't stand a cat and else chance of being able to see him." And Douse went, "Oh yeah, he's over there, Liz. I went, thank you very much." And off I went. I think you thought I was going to talk about the game or something, but no, I'd got a card to deliver to Sammy Graham from a little girl. So I said, "This is a card from a small girl." I said, "That's not me. I mean, I'm like genuinely small child girl, not me." So I'm just a mess. I'll go away. It was very confusing. It's all very hot.
It was very hot, yes. So we are going to do things in chronological order because we did a lot last week.
I know. Yeah, as ever. Busy bees.
As ever. And yes, so thank you to Jonathan, going back for a moment, for his message, because he was concerned. Of course, he wasn't at Hutch's 200th game. And yeah, but don't worry, Jonathan, I got lots of photographs of your son running around in the heat. More of that shortly.
The boy did well.
Yes. So we started off with a trip to training, talking of heat.
Oh, good Lord, it was. Oh, it was hot.
And they started early. They're training in the stadium at the moment, and they unsurprisingly got out early. So we sort of saw second half of it, really.
Tail end of it. Yeah.
But we hid.
But we were very glad it was in the stadium because we were able to be in the shade.
We hid in the south stand.
News.
Yes,
we did.
Yes, yeah, we hid in the south
stand.
There
was a dodgy moment. I have to say, podistas. There was a dodgy moment when I thought I was going to have to stage an intervention, because you may not know, but Mrs. J has a soft spot for a French fly half. And the boy foolishly took his top off. Oh dear. I thought, oh no, don't look, Ethel, but she'd already gotten an eyeful. Yeah, it was all a bit.
Should be moonshined.
Just sit there. Sit there, be quiet. Dribble quietly, please. Don't go and accost him.
Ooh, I did go a bit unnecessary.
And then to make it the reverse of unnecessary, you'd got Sammy G and Radders treating the Toblerones like it was Costa del Franklin's Gardens. That was a very unedifying sight somehow. I don't quite know why. This is the way they teach their shorts up, I think.
Yes, it was.
They
it was all a bit unnecessary.
knocking handkerchiefs on their face, on their heads, didn't they? So it was good fun, and
yes. Well, we did actually see something that we don't normally see, which is the kickers practicing. So of course, something that happened later on in the week was the announcements of the academy boys. More of that shortly. So there were lots of those guys, but running up and down and in the heat. But we also had James Pater practicing his kitty and getting barracked by Radders, which seemed a bit harsh. The lovely Tone, Finn, and Hugh Shields.
Yes.
Who came over for a chat.
That was lovely to see.
Lovely to have a quick chat with him. He's looking good. He's looking good. Obviously, his ankle is fully restored. We knew that anyway because he played in that brilliant final for NSB. But I suppose actually no. I think there is one thing that we have to do. We're going to have a gloat, Mrs. Saunders, just for a brief moment.
Okay. Okay, we're going straight for gloat.
Yeah, we're going straight to gloat. Yeah, we are top of the league. Right, there we go. I've done it now.
Yeah, we've done that. We've finished. When did we go top of the league? Christmas, wasn't it? Went top of the league Christmas, and we stayed there. Against all odds from time to time.
Ignoring us. Yeah, it's been fascinating. It's been another exercise in ignore Saints. So training was very hot, very, very hot.
Ridiculously hot.
Yeah, it was a sauna in that stadium, even hotter than Saturday, if that were possible.
Yeah, much hotter.
Yes. So then, just because I thought, well, I haven't had enough training, I'll then head to Goldington Road. And of course, the Bedford Blues boys were preparing for their final against Worcester Warriors. And it didn't get much cooler, to be honest.
No, it did not, did it? It did not. And we did find, importantly, during training, we had sheep news.
We did have sheep
news where the sheep are being sheared, but you have to be careful because they get overexcited and have heart attacks and stuff. And they were all trying to stand.
You can only do it when it's cool. Otherwise, they get a bit overwrought, a bit overexcited.
And Kev was trying to shear some groups, and he'd found a shady spot, and then he had to give up shearing them because all the sheep were trying to get in the shady spot as well. So he gave up.
Yes,
and
he's got a naughty
now
ram.
All be sheared.
He's got a
very naughty ram that he's keeping because it shows spirit, and it's got to have a name beginning with L. He hasn't got a name yet, but it has to begin with L. So if anybody's got any ideas for a naughty ram beginning with L, just pop it in. When you're liking and subscribing.
You remember YouTube likes, click on the
subscribes,
and the same in Apple Podcasts and Spotify or whatever your podding thing is. Please do like, subscribe, do, and tell us names for, or you can go on our Facebook page and give us suggestions for a name.
Naughty ram names. So that was sheep news. That was training news. So I will update you about a bit of drama that's been going on behind the scenes concerning the trophy that I had to present to the Saints supporters player of the season. which was won last season by Tommy Freeman. And I said, Tommy, can you bring it back so we can get it with the name engraved on it for this? And he said, well, surely I'm going to win it again, so I'll just keep it. So I said, well, you still need to bring it back, Tommy. So I've got something to...
But you didn't tell him whether he won it or not, did you? You didn't reveal.
No, I didn't. Well, I didn't know when the conversation first started, when he was convinced he'd won it anyway. So even when I knew he'd won it, I still wasn't letting on. And he finally presented it to George, the team manager, because that was the agreement to give it to George, on Saturday morning. So on the presentation, there is a look on my face where I'm telling him off, because I am telling him off. So that's
those
why
of you on Spotify, there are pictures being shown.
Yeah. So he didn't leave with the trophy, because I've got to get it engraved now, and I'll give it back to him when I've done that. Might be Christmas, is what I've told him. So there we go. So he's a cheeky little scamp.
He is a cheeky little scamp. And you gave him a nice present as well. So there you go. I
did, yes. Ooh.
Talking of cheeky scamps, there's another one in that picture, but we'll talk about him in a bit. Yes. Yeah.
We'll get back to that. I'm sorry, I've gone ahead there. Got ahead of myself.
No, that's fine, because I was the one that got the phone call from George, because he was so pleased.
We'd have to put George on the mission.
It involved several parties in order to get that blessed trophy back. Anyway, yes, so George was delighted. Anyway.
Yes.
So
that was training.
Yeah, so that was training, and training at Goldington Road was very hot, and everyone forgets that, with the exception of the Saints boys, all those lads have done a full day's work before they've gone into training. They're all part-timers. So, in that heat, and a lot of them work with jobs that are outside. So, obviously Tui, for instance, is a supervisor working for what are they called, SBC builders. So he's out on his pins all day in the heat. So, and then he comes to training. So it's hard work for those lads. But there was much running around and general stuff.
Good.
And then it was Saturday.
Which the weather forecast had sort of implied it might be a bit cooler, but it wasn't really.
It was a little bit cooler than 35 degrees, which is what we had in Cambridge. It was sort of mid-20s rather than mid-30s, but it was still...
Well, I was going to say, I think it was late 20s.
Very hot.
Yeah, I think it was late 20s by the time it got to Saturday afternoon, to be honest. But yeah, it was very hot, very, very sunny. Very busy. Actually, the haloing, most people seem to know where they were going. There wasn't much. I didn't have to do much ferrying of people to weird places and come in the wrong gate or anything. I did greet the refereeing team with, hello, how are you? I was nice. I got to rise above Matthew Carley and be nice to him again if he arrives.
Yes.
Anyway, yes. So it was hot, and we had Grumpy Carly, who moved into Grumpy Overdrive within about 2 minutes of blowing the whistle.
One thing before we start about the game, I did get a delivery of lemon drizzle. So thank you to the lady who delivered it. Yeah, she was looking for you, and I said, "Oh, she's gadding. You might not find her." So thank you to the lady.
You didn't tell me that.
Sorry, it got a bit squashed, so it was. It was crumbs by the time I got home. Yes, my bag went through hell on Saturday.
Wow. Well, I'm sure it was lovely.
Yes. So, so I arm myself with lots of water, as you do, but more of that shortly. Yes. And, I agree with you. Mr. Carley went up the grumpy scale incredibly quickly. And Richard Lindsay, no, you can't be Dave on the sofa.
No, not for that.
Not for that.
We're all Dave on the sofa. What planet was Matthew Carley on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Planet Carley was not operating smoothly. It was
Yeah, we'd gone up a scale of grumpiness quite quickly. Yes.
Yeah.
And there was just stupid stuff. There was just stupid stuff going on, you know.
There was.
Yeah, there was stupid stuff. But fair dues, Gloucester had nothing to play for except European rugby. They're fighting out twins as to who gets into the Champions Cup. And they went for it. You've got to admit, they went for it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, they were the team that we saw in the opening game of the season down at Gloucester. Not the opening game, the second game
of the season.
Second game. Of the season down at Gloucester, when you thought, oh, they're going to do all right this season, and I think they were just hit by injuries, weren't they, mid-season, and some strange results. But they were much more up for it again, and they've got some very talented young players.
It's going to be interesting to see where they go.
Yeah.
So and we were a bit loosey goosey.
We were a bit all over the shop. We were a bit, I don't know what we were doing.
Presenting the ball in a mall on a plate.
Oh, what? What was going on there?
We don't want it. Why don't you have a go?
Yeah. Ball can't catch knock-on. How many knock-ons?
Oh, knock-ons. And, it was all a bit, and the scrum was
all
a bit
loose.
Surreal. And then we have to mention Sergeant Wilson, because that took...
Thank you.
Oh, have you had a delivery? Oh, she's had a delivery, ladies and gentlemen. Tea?
Coffee.
Very nice. Because...
me on caffeine, it's what you need.
Wired, yes. Because Sergeant Wilson was... the referee thought he swore at him twice. Which, wow.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. But fair dues, George did go and gave it a few moments and then went and had a chat. Because I think he was just frustrated with the situation. But yes, where we heard that before. Yes, that was not. Oh dear. Oh dear. But then Ed Prowse, top work, my friend, for asking the now very grumpy Mr. Carley, is the ball out? And having pondered it for a moment, Mr. Carley went, yes. So Ed went, oh, thank you very much. And
thank you very much. I'll have that then.
No way to school. And you can see all the Gloucester guys going, oh, because Mr. Engleford, you can't put it back in once you've taken it out.
Yeah.
There's a joke there somewhere. Anyway, so well done.
There is. I don't make up your own jokes about that, please. Don't. Oh, for goodness sake.
And then I'd like to give a prize to Adam Whitney.
Who's nuisance call?
What's going on today?
I mean, no, it says nuisance on it. I can see that.
It's Adam Whitney calling you.
No, that's your nuisance. Please don't leave a message, because then you'll bleep.
Excuse us, ladies and gentlemen, while Liz gets rid of her nuisance caller. Roof lagging or your mother?
No, it's a message. I don't know what it is. I'll deal with that later. It will bleep.
Oh.
It will now bleep annoyingly. So sorry.
Do you want to go and play it?
Yeah, it's going to bleep annoyingly. Excuse me a minute.
So I'll talk about Adam because Liz knows this story. So Adam Whitney is one of the S&C guys, and he works with Jason Civil to look after the forwards. Yes, and Adam and I exchanged messages. I don't know what's going on in the background, ladies and gentlemen, but anyway, exchanged messages because last week I missed Colsey's try because basically I had Henry Walker's bum in front of me. So this week, Adam decided to do the same thing again, and I tried to give him a message from off the pitch and managed to mangle it. But if you've seen the end of... That's a very long message, isn't it? If you've seen the end... Even I can't get past it. if you've seen the end of the match graphic posted on Saints social media of Finn and Archie running with him to score, that's mine. Somewhere between Sammy G and Elliot Miller Mill's bum. So there you go. There is no. Anyway, so but true to form, Adam was straight on the old Insta to ask if I got any photos of him. So he is Ben Rhodes. He is the media tart.
Come back now. He's the media tart.
Yeah, Adam Whitney. Was it a good message?
No, I've no idea. I think it was a scam.
Oh, right.
You have received an SMS message. Press 1 to hear it. I don't think if they send an SMS to the main phone, it comes through with somebody like David Tennant reading it out. So I'm not pressing any buttons. They can send it properly. So sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay. Anyway, so Finn, that build up, that try for Finn to score was just delicious.
Oh, it was fantastic.
That was classic Saints. Meanwhile,
yes,
we were still tiddling around, and was it 19 all at half time? I don't know.
Yes, I think it was. Yeah.
So by the time it gets to half time, I'm in the shade, and it's like, that was nice. That.
So glad we sit in the churches and we're in the shade.
And then I thought, oh no, I've got to go to the other end, which had been in the shade and now is in the sun. So I trotted down to the other end. But by now I was running out of water, and I realised that actually I'd been somewhat foolish because by the end of the game I wasn't the full shilling. My camera wasn't the full shilling, and neither was I. So yes. So the second half was all a bit frantic, I think we could safely say.
Yes, it was.
Mr. Carley's humour hadn't improved. And we think we've got a candidate for one of the greatest tries that never were.
That never was.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, I have watched back. We've watched this in slow mo. My IT department and I were so cross about this that we've watched it in slow motion. And to the commentator, I don't know who you are, but us Saints supporters do know the laws of the game, and we know what constitutes a knock-on. All right.
Honestly, I didn't think they could find anybody more irritating than Austin Healey, but they've found they've struck the mother lode with that
awful.
One, haven't they? This Welsh bloke.
He was dreadful. Austin, yes, he was. When I walked into the press room, he was feeding his face. Anyway, which wasn't a pleasant sight. So it started with a restart, which TP knocked down into Freddie Clark. So why isn't that a knock-on? They all say because Freddie Clark,
not Freddie.
Keep calling him Freddie. Freddie. Wrong Clark. Oh, a minute. Anyway, Mr. Clark, let's call him that, was actually behind TP, so he knocks it down to him. Yes, it comes off Arthur Clark, but it's a knock-on by him, not TP.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it should be in our advantage. And then the interplay down the field. Danilo. And Elliot and Archie and Colsey and Henry and TP going into school. It was gorgeous. Ruined by Sir.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Hamish, I've gone right off your moustache.
Yeah,
as the TMO. Anyway, it was a gorgeous try. And I got some lovely photos, which are useless. Anyway.
Yeah. But talking of gorgeous tries, you nearly got wiped out, didn't you? By somebody.
Oh, yes. Well done, Hutch, for missing me and Lewis completely. It literally went between us. I don't know whether... so lovely, dribble forward. I don't know what you call it. Forward by Finn. For Hutch to pounce and score.
He sort of towed it through, didn't he?
Towed it through, for Hutch to score. Mr. Carley very helpfully pointed to us photographers where he thought I should dotted it down. It's like, no, we're not taking your photo.
No, you're far too grumpy.
Yeah.
Smile and we might consider it.
Go be grumpy somewhere else. Yeah, anyway. So, and yes, of course, and Hutch led the team out, we should say. He did lead the team out.
Yes.
Because it was his 200th cap. We learned from the club he's the 82nd player to get to 200 caps. But well done, Hutch. I was there at Welford Road when you made your debut. We did look young. It doesn't look quite so young now. But it was a fabulous score, and the crowd were very happy for the man who.
It was fitting. The try scorers were very fitting. Today,
they were, weren't they? Because the next one that we can talk about, and I did get, and I haven't processed the photos yet, is Sammy G's.
Mm. Yeah,
lovely. Yeah, he was determined. He was determined, and it's fact he's involved in the build-up to the try twice. So he was working incredibly hard, given how hot it was. But well done, Sammy G. We are going to miss embracing the grass at Franklin's Gardens.
But hey ho.
Hey ho.
That's what it is.
And then we had a mad few minutes, didn't we? Because in the end, Gloucester went slightly ahead. Right now, there has been one Dave on the sofa moment. What happened with the clock at the end of the game?
Oh, well, that comes. So the Gloucester gone ahead with the penalty. That was fine.
Yeah.
And then we had the mad moment, and that's when the clock goes awry.
Yes, so basically we break from midfield and it looks like Fremo is going to go into score. By now I was wrestling with my camera in the technical area and trying to take photographs at the same time. It was not going well. And there was much excitement behind me. People jumping up, Tom Bullock and George and everybody getting very excited about it all. And Fremo was so blooming close. Not that I saw. I mean, obviously I've seen it on the telly since. I couldn't see round lots of the technical area and the Gloucester technical area. That wasn't happening. And the fourth official. And anyway, so Fremo nearly goes into score. What happens next? Then there's the build. Then
it goes. Something happens. It goes across.
Then it goes across midfield, and it ends up with Dingers on the opposite wing.
Yes, nearly scoring.
And Dingers goes in, but he's not sure whether he scored, and he didn't score because fantastic tackle. His foot was in touch. However, this is where things start to go awry, right? Because we don't think they stopped the clock right. They didn't actually manage the time right. And in the debate about whether Dingers had scored, the clock is still whirring forward. So, they decide that he didn't score, but then they come back for a penalty.
Yes.
Which we then run, and then George goes in to score. But they haven't yet adjusted the clock that we saw on the telly. Now, why am I talking about clocks all the time? Because one of the things that my IT department does is help Sherpa 2 at Bedford Blues, and he was doing it yesterday's final with the clock. And the management of the clock can get quite complicated for one reason or another. More of that shortly. But so my IT department thinks that there was a debate going on between the fourth official, the TMO, and Carly, which is why I kept doing that with his ear to say we need to adjust the clock. So when George scored, there was more than a minute on the clock.
Which is why we had the restart.
Meanwhile, Finn's tried to run the clock down, but gone too far, which is why Carly doesn't give him the conversion. Everyone get that? And I witnessed part of that story because the fourth official, whose name I've forgotten, came over and explained it to George Hibbert.
Right, yes. Yeah.
So it wasn't that everybody went a bit mad. Well, we did go a bit mad because we celebrated the try. And that was the lovely end to George's final game of the regular season, scoring the winning try.
Yeah.
And then we had a sort of restart, and then we fiddled about midfield, and then they knocked it on, and everyone went home for tea and medals.
Well, they went home for tea and medals. We had a whole load of celebrations and goodbyes and stuff to get through.
Yes.
After that.
So what I would say is, it was 5 points. Nobody should take it. So, Dave, nobody should take it that the Saints are going to be happy with that performance. Because they're not.
Oh, Lord, no. Oh, no.
No, there'll have been videos flying around, analysing everything over the past 48 hours, 24 hours. So, there's a lot of work to do. So
yes, yeah. But again, it showed the spirit and the composure of this team to just keep at it and keep doing stuff when they can. Do it the Saints way, and you will get there. And it's sort of, we've done it by the skin of the teeth, but the record books don't show that, and the record books just show it was a win. And I know.
Yep. So yes. So that was so we're going to talk about the presentations as a group, because there were several presentations that we between us witnessed. So we're going to do those as a presentation section in the pod. And so on to lightning, if we're talking games.
Do we not want to do?
Oh God, the lady match, because we were so careful about Ladies Wot Pod Player of the Match and Sergeant Wilson, and I've fluffed it again. So which one are we going to do first?
Good job, I've got a list. Let's do Sergeant Wilson.
I'm just ignoring it.
I know. Oh, it's what I have to work with, ladies and gentlemen. It's what I have to work with. Random phone calls and somebody who keeps going off the list.
Oh, actually, there's another bit. We've got the story. We've got Kev's little story at the end of the game, haven't we? Got to talk about that. Right, Ladies Wot Pod Player of the Match. Let's go for that one first.
Yes. So we thought that there were 4 to. Well, obviously George Ferbs got it, the official one, so we can then ignore him. But there were 4 to me outstanding players on that pitch on Saturday. So it was TP, Finn, Hutch, and Colsey were the 4 we had in contention, and we're going to give it to Colsey because he was just everywhere. He was a blasted nuisance, defensively and is involved in a lot of the attacking process as well. So Colsey, you're
well done, Colsey,
player of the match.
Yeah, well done, Colsey.
I'd say you get nothing but our love and affection, but there you go.
And I'm sure we'll mention it to him tomorrow night, won't we?
Yeah, we will. His mum will be pleased anyway. Sergeant Wilson Award, well, obviously, Ferbs could not have it. You cannot have the Sergeant Wilson Award when you've sworn possibly at the referee, allegedly. Who knows? To be honest, if you did, nobody could blame you at all, because we were all internally swearing at Matthew Carley at that point, I feel. However, you have a nomination for this, do you not?
So the one man that seemed to be able to make Mr. Carley smile was Robbie Smith. On several occasions, he and Mr. Carley had a bit of a chat and a bit of a joke.
Bit of bants going on, was there?
Bit of bants going on. Bit of bants. There was one about the heat. So, somebody in the second row managed to incur the wrath because he came out with it. No, that's just white noise.
No. Oh, you can see that from the second row, can you? And then somebody says that's just white noise, and I'm not sure who it was because, very bizarre. There was another Matthew Carley comment that I picked up on the ref link that I've not managed to pick up watching back on the telly, and he said, "Well, even a blind squirrel finds his nuts from time to time." What? Who is? What? Sorry,
I didn't hear that one.
I have no idea. no idea what that was remarkable.
Anyway, Robbie, well done, because in a sea of very grumpy players and a very grumpy referee, you managed to make him smile. So that has to be a Sergeant Wilson
and
award.
You did have a conversation with a referee who shall remain nameless about Matthew Carley being a bit grumpy, and this referee said, well, we try and coach the players not to speak to him at all. They won't learn.
Yes. Anyway, but we did have a chat with Kev.
We did have a chat with Kev
as we were leaving the ground, and you were there. You were stood next to me.
I was there.
And Kev was in high dudgeon because Rambo had given his shirt away.
Oh, I don't think I was there actually, but yes.
So I thought you stood behind me. Anyway. Rambo gave his shirt away, and the cheeky little one, a lad, Rambo went, well, this kid told me that you'd given me permission to give him the shirt. Oh.
Yeah.
So Kev, unsurprisingly, this time of the season is a bit, well, Kitman are renowned for being very precious about their, stash. But, he needs to make sure he's got shirts or, for up and coming goings on. And he was not happy. He was not happy.
No, we'd already gone on ahead.
Oh, you'd gone on ahead, so you missed that excitement. That's right, you missed that excitement. It was Mrs. C who stood with me. That's right. Yes. Yeah. So we'll talk, as I say, we'll talk about the presentations and other such goings on.
Yes.
Lightning on Sunday.
So yes, lightning on Sunday. Fantastic atmosphere. They'd sold out all the available seats and standing. You couldn't turn up and buy it, which I think is real testament to how the game is growing. Playing Saris. Well, it started quite positively, and then the wheels came off, and it was just really quite awful. Quite awful. We're obviously struggling with injuries because Aleph Kelter was playing number 6. She didn't do anything wrong, but it did mean there was a big Aleph-shaped hole in the midfield where she's normally a centre. And they were just running at us and scoring at will. It seemed it was all, they got some big players and Zoe Harrison just knocking them over, all a bit. And I think there are a lot of players leaving, and that's been announced they must have known about it before, been announced this week, and that's going to affect your squad morale, isn't it? It's so many of the Scottish qualified girls are having to go up to Scotland to play, and it's harsh on Lightning, who had a lot. So it was all a bit weird, and Saris were good for their scores. I mean, they've scored some cracking tries and exposed the weaknesses of Lightning really well. But again, there'll be some, and then to compound it, their line out fell on Lily Ives Campion, and it was sort of a bit reminiscent of when the line out fell on Alex Waller in Glasgow, if you recall. And it was sort of, so she got their very big, tall line out operative fell on Lily, and she looked in a lot of pain. She had to be helped from the field, so that was a bit sad to see.
We'll get well soon, Lily.
Congratulations
to the club for doing those lovely pink shirts for breast cancer awareness.
Yeah, they look really nice. Really nice.
Really cool.
I mean, there was a lot going on beforehand. Ball things, chucking the ball through the holes and all sorts of stuff going on. It was all very exciting.
And they opened up the boxes to various folks involved in cancer care and survivors of cancer and all sorts of stuff. So well done to the club. Looked an absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
And yeah, those pink shirts looked absolutely cracking in the sunshine.
Hopefully, we should. The captain should be back next week. She told me. Hopefully.
Excellent. Okay. Yes, we'll talk about that next match shortly.
Yeah. And then, so that ended, and there's presentations we'll talk about.
We'll talk about the end.
Went on and then
I headed off to Bedford mid-afternoon. Well, actually in the morning, because I had to sneak into the changing room. I was there to sneak into the changing room to do some pre-match photographs of shirts and the like. God, those shirts have seen some battles this season. Firstly, I'd like to say well done to the club for putting on a fabulous day. Goldington Road looked an absolute picture. They converted the former cricket pitch, into a fan zone. It was buzzing, loads of kids, loads of families. And yeah, they did an absolute pucker job for the day. We are very popular with Taylor's Kitchen, Liz. Can't think why.
They're very popular with me too.
Yeah, Dr. Jones, my IT department, and I had chili and chips, and Mrs. C had cheesy chips. I think she was slightly jealous of the chili and chips, but fine fare as usual. But so well done to Bedford Blues for putting on an absolutely splendid day. Obviously, Champ Rugby got involved, and there was lots of stuff going on. There were representatives of all the clubs, kids from all the clubs playing on the pitch beforehand, and all sorts of things going on. So, yeah, it was a fabulous day. The final was between Bedford Blues and Worcester Warriors, and my opening gambit to all the players who came over for a chat. It was lovely. I had a little posse of visitors from various Bedford and Saints, but it was lovely having a chat with them. Just enjoy it, which is hard, but just at least take in what's going on around you, because it is a final. And I think it turned out to be a match. So now the first thing I need to say, the first thing I need to say is Emma, who is and Beth, who are the two photographers I've worked with the most at Bedford Blues. Well done, ladies. Top work. It's been fabulous working with you. And we go again next season. But Nick, who is the Worcester Warriors photographer, has, I think, a connection with the Hendies. I think his son and George went to school together. And Nick is the loveliest photographer. So congratulations, Nick, seeing your team win and having a great day. So well done to Nick. What I would say, Bedford actually scored 2 fantastic tries in the first half. They were absolute belters. But it suddenly came home to me when the Worcester team arrived. And it was when I looked at the post-match graphic celebrating the win, the number of players. Now, Bedford have a tiny squad. Yeah, a tiny squad, which is why the relationship with us is so key. There are rules about how many players that you can have in a match day 23. Answer 6. There were 5 Saints in yesterday's match day 23. So they manage their people, their team really. It's a tight ship. Worcester, it just went on forever. It's like
cast of thousands. Like,
I don't know. I mean, if they manage to all get in their changing room, and their changing rooms at Goldington Road, they're not small,
not big,
but they're not massive. If they've got everybody in there, well done, because that must have been a game of sardines and a half. So they're full time. They got a lot of experience, and they've got a lot of people to rotate with, and so their players do not have. The one exception to that is Fraser Balmain, and Fraser Balmain is former Tiger, tight head prop. We must have spent at least 20 minutes, half an hour, while I think by the end they were performing open heart surgery to keep him going. I mean, goodness.
Bless him.
which is why my IT department, who was helping with the clock and the scoreboard, was learning a lot about stopping the clock, because thanks to Fraser, we were stopping the clock a lot. Joe James, who was the referee, his signalling about to stop the clock was not clear. Fortunately, the referee's assessor was sat behind Dr. T, so he could help him out. But yes, it was a very, very long game, and it was still quite warm. It wasn't as warm as the previous day.
No, but it's still...
I think there was one bizarre moment when former Saint Jake Garside threw the most ridiculous forward pass. And of course, we're all expecting the TMO to come in. Oh no, there isn't one.
There is no TMO.
I mean, it's like, it's gone miles forward. Just a little bit. It's gone miles forward. Yeah. But Worcester deserved their win. There was one moment of stupidity from a Bedford player remaining nameless in the second half. It's like, why did you do that? And yeah, they were basically out-muscled and out-thought in the second half, and they were nilled. So
I was going to say, there is family form on that sort of behaviour.
You've probably all now worked out who it was. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, what a twit. But I'd like to shout out to Archie Benson, Dr. Jones and I. Archie was everywhere, a bit like Colsey on Saturday. They're very similar players. He ran himself into the ground. He was absolutely everywhere. So, Archie, well done, lad. You gave absolutely everything, as did all the players. But I just think it was a game too far. And then I ended up doing the thing which is as a tog you hate doing. It's the one place you don't want to be standing, which is to one side, taking photos of the trophy lift when it's the other team. And in the background, you can see several of the Bedford Blues staff are just looking at the sky because they don't want to look at it. But yeah, it was... so well done to... there are lots of former Saints in that team. And there are lots of former Bedford Blues. The one on his knees at the far end, Billy 12 Trees, is a former Blue.
Oh, yeah.
See, Jake Garside. Yeah, there were many connections between Saints and the Blues and this champ team. So well done to the Worcester Warriors. It was a win that you came back.
And you know, Bedford have been punching above their weight all season.
To get second place. Absolute miracle. Beating Chinner in the semi-final, well done. It was a beautiful game to watch. The best game I've ever seen Bedford play. Absolutely brilliant. So, well done. However, there's one team I want to shout out.
Coventry. They beat Coventry.
Oh, they beat Coventry. They beat Chinner the week before that.
I was going to say, I was there and I don't remember it being Chinner.
No, it was Chinner the week before that. I have seen them beat Chinner. Me and Finn Brown had that knowing moment. Right.
Yeah.
So my shout out, and this is, I think, the bit that I feel really sorry for one particular club who I had the fortune to... Yeah. One particular club, because they weren't given the sanction that Worcester Warriors were. And that's London Welsh. Yeah. When London Welsh suffered the same fate as Worcester Warriors, they were sent down 9 leagues in 2017. 9 leagues, ladies and gentlemen. Was it 2017? Yeah. Might have been a bit earlier. But anyway, they disappeared down a lot of leagues. They now...
is how they went.
Yeah. They now play in National Division 2 East, along with the likes of Old Albanians and Oundle and Esher. So shout out to their supporters. Yeah. Shout out to their supporters, because you've had to go through a hell of... In the same way the Worcester guys did. They didn't have a club, but you've got a long road back, a much longer road than Worcester. So keep going. They finished 9th in their league this season. Their long-standing coach, you were telling me, Liz, Kai Griffiths, has just stood down after many
Yeah,
years.
it's been there for 9 years. 9 years
Yeah.
it's been there, and he's. You see, with Google, it's not that we have an affinity to London Welsh. I have no affinity to London Welsh.
I never want to go to the Kassam Stadium again. Thank you.
I think that is possibly where the difference lies, is because they didn't have a stadium that was, they had to move to the Kassam Stadium. That was a weird place, wasn't it? The Kassam Stadium for their games, whereas Worcester's Stadium is, we know, Prem ready, and that's the only difference I can see.
Yeah, but I don't think. I think there was just a desire to get the Worcester brand back into the champ.
Yeah.
And I wish Worcester well. I really enjoyed my trip to Six Ways recently. What they've done to the ground, and apparently there are more plans afoot, is really, really good. But I think the lack of consistency, before the champ sits there on its moral high horse, I think the lack of consistency in how clubs have been treated over the years is something that is a bit sad.
Yeah.
But well done to Worcester. You deserve the win. It was a fine performance. Okay. Right. So, shall we talk presentations? Because we had lots, actually.
Let's talk presentations.
Because we had lots of caps that were given out at the Saints.
Yeah.
Shall we have a bit of a comedy cap fest? Oh, hello. My mouse is a bit weird. Let's have a cap fest. Oh. Right.
Thought you said cat. Thought you said cat fest. That was one.
He's got. Hold on. He's squinting there. I mean, that's.
I had a discussion with Ella, actually, talk about squinting, about where we're leaving our sunglasses on, and we decided that if we didn't, we'd look horribly wrinkled and old as we were squinting into the sun. So
she came to talk to me, and I said, no, make yourself comfortable. Don't worry. You look cool anyway. So, no. So, well done to Curtis for his 50th cap. So, and he won his 50th cap, if I remember rightly, at the Champions Cup final last season. But because it was after the presentations, he was presented it this season. So, well done him.
Okay.
So that was the first one. And then the Ginger Ninja. There we go. Yeah. Ginger Ninja won his. I can't remember when he won his. I should know. Then TP with his sock, his bit of sock. You seen this? What's going on here? Oh,
what's going on there?
What's going on there?
Don't know. That's a bit weird.
Yeah. So TP in his 50th cap. Well done him. And then actually one of my favourite photographs.
That's the one we want.
We don't do them in a bigger size.
A pea on a drum, isn't it there? Pea on a drum.
Tom Lockett, congratulations to him. And then then we've got the lovely Robbie Smith. Congratulations to him. And then friend of the pod, Chunya.
Chunya.
And then here we go. We went to the big numbers then. We're on to 100 caps.
Yes.
My internet was sorted out. And it's Fremo.
Fremo,
100 caps.
Up.
Yeah. I remember him making his debut. And then the next 100 caps was Ollie, who had to take his hat off in order to put his hat on.
Bit
of an error going up in your baseball cap. But anyway, there we go.
Yeah.
But then it's Mr. 200 himself. Here he is. I do like the way they embroider their shirts. So, and much cheering in the background.
Yeah.
And a big hug from Ella. There we go. There he is.
There he is.
And he's 200 caps. And the difference between the caps is 100 has a sort of Goldie panel, and the silver one has 200 caps as a silver one, and then the 300 is all gold. I remember seeing Stephen Myler's. So yeah. So, and then we went. There was a few farewells, which I'm not going. There's a few of the S&C guys who are heading off to pastures new.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then our Italian pasta lover, Mr. Manfredi. There he is.
Yes.
And then who else we got? We got the lovely Billy Pascoe.
Next. Oh, Billy Pascoe, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. All these on for you Spotify listeners are you'll have to.
Very boring for you. Poor Ella by this time was drenched in other people's sweat.
No, yes, poor love. Poor love. Amaka was next.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the lovely Will Glister.
Yes.
And then Finn Brown.
Finn Brown.
Oh, hello. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Finn Brown. And then Tom West, who found his smile at Saints, was the way I'd describe it.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
And then Elliot, who'd had to go for see the medics after the game because of his rather wobbly nose. He took a nasty bang. Yeah. So he was presented with his cap and his 50th cap and his shirt at the same time. And we are the ladies what are going to miss Elliot, aren't we, Liz?
We are going to miss Elliot a lot. He's
yeah.
It's always been standout Elliot for us.
Yeah, and shout out to Elliot's mum, who informed him that he.
Oh, yes. Hello, Elliot's mum.
Hello, Elliot's mum. She found 2 ladies talking about him on YouTube. I wonder who that might be. Yes.
Yeah.
And then, we're going to miss this man.
Oh, Sammy G.
Sammy G.
Star. Such a nice bloke.
He didn't cry. Graham didn't make him cry. And
Graham was trying very hard.
Yeah, and the man who he thought Graham might get.
Yeah.
Rambo.
Rami.
No. There's Graham doing his best.
Yeah.
Didn't work, Graham. Didn't work.
No, it didn't work. You've got to
give it on that
somehow, Graham.
And then we've got the lovely Tom James.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, and Tom, we are going to miss Tom because the work he's done in the background is just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was lovely when he said, I came here for 1 year and I've ended up staying 7.
Yes. Yeah.
And then it was George, and George's dad was gone, as you can see. Bless him.
Yeah, just
gone. Yeah. And George acknowledged the crowd, as you can see here, and had his picture with Ella. Looking good. And then had his interview.
He's got a bloody nose as well.
And then Graham contacted me afterwards and said, "Can you send me a picture of me hugging George? Because my colleagues always." There it is. There is proof that Mr. McKechnie hugged George. There you go. Apparently, they all believe he never hugs players. Well, he's done it there.
Yes, there. Yeah.
And then I'm not going to go through all of these, but you can see there's lots of family pics and mates together, and as you would expect. And then last but not least, one Debbie Tight, who asked her photo in the tunnel. So I need to send that over. All the time, I was not feeling very well. I was really not the full shilling. So, yes.
I'd shout out to Ferbs' mum, Becky, who'd made a skirt out of Saints flags. Because she'd seen it in the Bordeaux supporters at the Cup final the other week and thought that's a good idea, and then had to find a whole load of flags to make a skirt, but she did, which I think is awesome.
There you go. What a talented family they are.
Yes, aren't they?
Yeah.
They? So, yeah.
So
It's a bit of insider
yes.
info there.
Yeah. So so we had a jolly time. I met, so there were a few people that I met. Much to my Mrs. C's annoyance, because she didn't.
Oh, and mine. I'm a bit I'm put out about this.
Shout out to Team Van der Mesht, as I call them. I met the lovely Carla, who is an utter delight, and did a lovely selfie. It's very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's lovely to. JJ good. Is raring to go. Everybody, watch out, everyone!
So
he's on the prowl.
Really
but it was lovely to meet Carla. Really lovely. But there's one person that we need to shout out, isn't there, Liz?
Yeah.
That I met during the game. Little George.
Little George with his own red hat.
He's got his own red hat, ladies and gentlemen. Team Red Hat. Well done, little George. Well done, little George.
And the family.
Top work. It was lovely to see the Grand's family. They were there for that. And they bumped into the Hendies, which was very, very jolly.
Excellent.
Little George and the rest of the gang, and they had a friend with them as well. And the rest of the gang were off to see Lightning yesterday. So hopefully they managed to get into... Yes, they were at the Lightning game as well. So it was a weekend of rugby for them. They stayed in their hotel overnight and everything. But little George was very proud of his red hat, and rightly so, little George. You wear it with honour. So yeah, a fellow red hat. So there you go. Excellent.
Academy signings.
Academy. Yes, we so we had a big announcement that's just come out. The details of which came out this morning.
Yeah.
Just there you go, Senior Academy, and there was a couple of the players that we didn't really know, Mr. Mead and Mr. Buxton. Yeah. Tight head prop and a flanker. One we haven't seen because he's been injured, but he played in the last game of the season, the finals day, and did really well. And the other, I just don't. It's probably down to me failing to notice. But the rest of this merry gang, we have seen over the past 2 seasons, and
we have.
Yes. We're really looking forward to seeing them all again, because they are a cracking bunch, and I think there's some real talent in there. So well done to everybody concerned. It was lovely, yeah. So.
Right. Other results over the weekend, which have been quite surprising.
Yeah. So the Prem has been really, really weird and bonkers. There's been all sorts of very strange results over the past few weeks. But this weekend was particularly mad. So on Friday, Bristol, who we had beaten so convincingly a couple of weeks earlier, Bristol beat Bath. Got a bit of a dent in Bath's world. And for a few hours, Bristol thought they were still in with a chance of qualifying. But well done to come from such a low point to beat your rivals. And Bath have not beaten them in Bristol away, for 18 years. Now, obviously, there's a gap if they were in the champ, but excuse me, that's quite a record. Yeah. We thought we had problems with Ashton Gate.
Yeah. And I was going to say, condolences. The news that came out about Pat Lamb's grandson puts into perspective what he said about the loss. Well, it's not the worst thing that happens in life. So, you know, his grandson's funeral was Tuesday, baby grandson's funeral. So sending lots of love and condolences to the Lamb family for that. But But
Really
well
sad
done
news.
to the players for coming back from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yes, that was Friday night.
That was Friday night. And then, obviously, we had our bonkers game at the Gardens. Just before that, Saracens had beaten Quins, and their social media team didn't let us down with their lack of humility and grace. Moving on.
Yeah.
And then on my way back from our lovely curry post-game, Newcastle were performing the mother of all comebacks against Sale.
Yeah. Wow.
A couple of things about that. I did send a message to Ethan Grayson, and you can imagine he was buzzing. But the post-match interview with Alex Sanderson, oh my God.
Ooh.
He was really struggling keeping it together. He was so angry.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
So you do wonder how much longer this can go on in Shark territory. And then yesterday...
Yeah. Wow.
Yes. So whilst we were... whilst post-match, when we were a bit sad, I did cheer myself up a little bit by finding out that Exeter had beaten Tigers at the roundabout, and Tigers got nothing out of the game.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. So that means we cannot be moved off the top slot now. So,
which is rather jolly, really.
Yes.
Did we missed a presentation, didn't we?
Oh, we did. Yes. Gosh. Sorry. Yeah.
Given it involves you.
I know. Well.
Anyway, yes, so it does. That's the reason that we have secured top spots, and so we are top seeds in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right.
Meanwhile,
back at Franklin's Gardens, Liz, who I have to say was looking very dapper, was making a presentation.
I've actually found something that was vaguely the right colour in the back of my wardrobe.
Looking very summery.
I know.
And who is this with you, and what has she won?
That's Amelia Williams, who won the Lightning Player of the Season as voted by the supporters, and it's sponsored by the Supporters Club, but it's open to all to vote in that. But yeah. But we sponsor it, so I get to present it.
Yeah.
So I just get to go and be important. Poor lass, she wasn't expecting it. She was going, but I've been crying. So,
oh bless her. I think Amelia. I mean, she's also the Bucks Super Rugby Universities Rugby.
Yeah, she's so young.
Season as well. She's had a stellar season playing for England under 21s. She had a really unfortunate wrist injury mid-season that knocked her off her stride a bit, but she has had when I saw her at Loughborough at the start of the season, she's a real talent and plays with a smile. So yes. Before we get on to Dave on the sofa and next week, I'd like a shout out to Bedford Blues, because I don't think I've ever heard of a team doing this when they've lost a fight.
Oh yes, it's awesome. I think all teams ought to do this. I think it's
Sherpa 2 is currently preparing. Oh no, he's on the bus. So here they are. The bus now. Oh no, what am I doing? No. That's the Furbank family. Here they are. Yeah. So Bedford Blues are celebrating by going on a pub crawl.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you won't be able to go on this pub crawl because it'll have happened by the time the pod comes out. But it's a bit like bullseye, isn't it? These are the pubs you could have won. You could have visited.
Could have won, yeah.
Yes.
This is where you could have been.
So they're going around Bedfordshire, celebrating a brilliant season, and well done to Bedford Blues. I dread to think what state everybody's going to be in by the time they finished. But I hope it's a really, really good afternoon, because you've had a cracking season, and Go and enjoy yourself.
So well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
So well done
it's
to
been
Bedford.
Pleasure to watch.
For showing humour, humility.
Yeah.
A certain team could learn a lot from Bedford Blues.
Honesty,
humility, work rate,
and something. Work rate, is that the other one? I say. The one
They're
I can
no
never
longer
remember.
at the top of the stand. But, well done, Bedford, because, it's been an absolute pleasure. You and I have really enjoyed watching the games we've watched. And they've played some absolute cracking rugby. It's a lovely club, well-run club. The staff are brilliant. And thank you for everything that you've done, because it's just been a great time. And I gave Ryan a huge hug at the end, because you can imagine he was absolutely devastated. But top man, and well done to everybody concerned. Right, now, Dave on the sofa.
Yes, yeah. You can now talk about semi-final tickets, but we cannot entertain any talk about buses.
Yep. You can also talk about team selection for Quins.
Yes, yeah.
Because as you texted me, who would be a director of rugby?
Indeed.
That's going to be a complicated one. That is going to be a complicated one. Dave has been a bit upset that we haven't seen enough of Anthony Bello. I saw quite a lot last week, actually. But
yeah, don't, no, not again.
But I have to. I'd be interested to agree that the selection for next weekend is going to be really interesting, because there are things about that have not quite functioned the way they want them to function. And so it's a really interesting conundrum. Quins are trying to ruin people's. They've got European Champions Cup qualification to go after, so it's not going to be. They're not going to go out in the sunshine and fling it about. It is, they're playing for something, so it's going to be interesting. So, but no talk of buses, all right?
Yeah.
You can talk about tickets for the semi-final, which are already. I don't know. By the time this goes out, they could have all,
gone. The other interesting game next weekend, of course, is Tigers versus Bath, which will.
Well, there's two. There's Tigers versus Bath and Exeter versus Sarries. And as we were saying, any one of those four could be the people that we face. The only team that know exactly where they are in the top four are us.
It's us.
So any perm from four. I mean, it's crazy. It's fascinating. It's crazy.
Fascinating. Yeah.
Fascinating.
So we will see where we go with that. I will be in Greece. I am not going to. Not going to the Stoop. Going to Greece instead. Going to Stupa. In Greece, I've just realised that. Let's go. Not going to the Stoop, going to Stupa instead.
Very good. Very good. I'll wave.
Yeah. But before then, we've got of course the awards evening tomorrow night.
Got the awards meeting tomorrow night, so we will find out who's won what, and we all go. Oh, did I vote for that one? Did I? Oh, I can't remember.
No recollection.
I know. I remember. I tried to share it out because I didn't want. I wanted everybody to get a bit of the glory.
We don't have favourites.
And then I'll be at training at some point this week.
I won't.
And then we'll be off to West London. And then the last game of the season for Lightning.
Yes.
Is at the roundabout.
At the roundabout, up at Pooh Corner, yes.
So down to London on the Saturday and then back to Pooh Corner on the Sunday. And I'm really keen to go because, partly because I want to go and see Lightning. I was a bit gutted to miss yesterday's event.
Yeah.
And I want to say there's lots of players that I want to say farewell to. And I want to say thank you to Daisy and to Nathan being so supportive this season, because they're a great double act, the pair of them. And no, Rachel Taylor, I will not be trying to pass a ball because that's the last thing you want me doing. She was trying to encourage me to pick up a ball and pass it.
Oh, no.
No. Buttons. That's all I do. Press buttons. So a trip north on the cards. Yes, so it'll be a busy weekend for me while you're sipping cocktails on a beach.
Yeah.
In Greece.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think on these very exciting times, I think that is episode 44 of Ladies Wot Pod Series 2.
I think it is. Lovely one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a jolly one.
Press that button and we'll go.
Shall I push a button?
Push a button. Push a button. Bye, everybody.
Bye.